Hey Tribe, Coach Lana here with the Undeniable You, where we affirm, empower, and inspire LGBTQ plus professionals worldwide. I have a question for you, and if you have the answer to this question, please drop it in the comments, okay? Now, the question is, who are you? Who are you? Or who am I? Can you answer that question? There was a time in my life where I was unable to answer that question. You know, I experienced some trauma, you know, in my immediate family. And back in 1996, I lost my mom and my brother 4 days apart. And after that, I still had my dad because we had a really small family. It's mom, dad, and me and my brother. So after my mom and brother passed away, my dad and I, we just connected and we got closer. And I realized that I didn't even know him. All of that time, he didn't really communicate and he was like very quiet. But after he and I connected, at this point in our lives, man, he was such a comedian. He had me cracking up all the time, and I had him laughing as well. We would get together maybe a couple times a week. I would take him to his favorite cafe, and on Sundays, I would fix a nice meal and take it to him. So we really grew closer. We learned more about one another, and I really appreciate the universe for that opportunity. But in 2006, my dad passed away. And after he died, it was like, man, I felt like an orphan. I felt like I didn't have any family. And, it was at that point I realized that I didn't know who I was, you know, because I realized like all of that time, all of those years, I had been trying to be someone that I wasn't. I was trying to fit into a box, be, the woman that my mom wanted me to be. And to be honest with you, I couldn't tell you what it was. So it was tough. It was challenging. As I reflect, I did a lot of things as a child to get my mom's attention and gain her respect. I would get excellent grades. Both my parents were teachers, so I felt as if that would get her attention. My mom loved music, so I was in the band and I was first chair clarinet. And then I got into sports and I started playing basketball. And I was always the top player on my teams. I was always in the papers, and people were always talking about me. So I felt that, yeah, that would impress her and, she would accept me for who I was. But, like as I think back, that didn't really happen that way. And, and so, I mean, I really utilized a lot of energy trying to please her. And, I realized as a coach and working with people that a lot of people feel the same way. My wife and I, we live in Aruba, and we were flying into the island once, and I was sitting next to this woman. And she was a middle-aged woman. She was there with her family. They were kind of like all over the plane. And they would always come to Aruba, for a family trip every year. So she and I, we got to talking and having a nice time. And things just sort of, like just organically went into like a little mini coaching session. And, she really opened up to me. And, I was moved to ask her, who was she? Did she know who she was? And she paused and she just had a really blank look on her face. And she said to me, I don't know. So I've come across that quite a bit, with working with clients. And I'm very much aware that a lot of people don't know who they are. And I was there once, and it hasn't been really that long ago. So, this is the thing. We weren't created to fit into a box. We're all unique for a reason. We all have unique gifts. And it's like when I look back, I am like nothing like I used to be. I mean, I'm like totally different. And it's based on, me doing my work, me going within, and me just really being intentional about being authentic, living an authentic life. And it just makes things easier and it makes you happier. Okay? So, your dream life may not be the island life and watching flamingos the way I do, but guess what? It's your dream, it's your life, and you deserve nothing but the best. Okay? So, I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you liked it, like it, share it with a friend, and subscribe for more content like this.